Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Dickson. Thank you so much for inviting me to your career day. I'm here to talk to you about what I do. So currently, first and foremost, I am a student. I am a graduate student at the University of Connecticut. I am about to receive my Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. And the program essentially is a multidisciplinary program, meaning there are 15 people in the program altogether, and we all have different types of mediums that we work with. So that means medium is essentially anything from photography to painting to printmaking to sculpture to ceramics, video, photography, animation, pretty much anything under the sun that incorporates the arts. So I'm about to get a master's degree in studio art, and my emphasis and the arts that I work with are photography, animation, book arts, and video. So it's a lot, but I am going to show you some of my work today and the sorts of photographs I like to make. On top of being a student, I am also an instructor of record, which means that I get to teach my own classes to college students, so undergraduate students, students that have just entered college. So I've taught beginning photography, video and documentary photography, as well as video art classes. And I've also helped teach portrait photography and beginning photography classes as well. So I have a very broad range of things that I've done in the program, and I've assisted with a bunch of different things. I also have worked in the digital art service lab, so I help students print out their work for class or help them solve problems with Photoshop or editing or printing their photographs. So it's a really hands-on program. Not so much now, it's all online, at least for me. So I teach online as well. So I just want to go ahead and jump into showing you guys some of the things that I make. On top of being a student, I also make work for other people. So whether that's a business, couples that want their photographs taken, musical artists that want promotional photos, and also just photos that I feel like need to be taken. I'll show it all to you guys, so let's get started. Okay, so this is a photograph of a music artist by the name of Rafael Basquiat, and he dabbles in hip-hop and R&B music and writes and records all his own stuff and also produces his music, so he mixes and masters it. But this was some promotional work I did for him. This is another music artist by the name of Gina Rose. She is a lovely acoustic guitarist and has a beautiful angelic voice, and I decided to sort of use her voice as inspiration for what we were going to be photographing with. So I thought flowers and greenery and that ethereal light kind of suited her very well. This is a photograph that I made while I was studying abroad in Italy. I took a photography class there and essentially documented the moments that felt really important to me during that trip. This was a Airbnb nightmare, but it had beautiful light through this window, so I decided to take a photo of it. This is my friend Carly. So a lot of photographs I make to help, exercise my creativity and just get my ideas out there and show people what I can do are just spur of the moment. So I just asked her if she was able to pose for me because I had an idea, and she said yes. So we made these photographs together. And this was just a tree in someone's yard in the middle of the desert. It was pretty cool. And with some editing and different things, I'm able to make things look a little bit greener than they typically are. but I really love this one, the way the shadows fall on her face. This is my friend McKenna. Again, we just spurred the moment, decided to work with the pink hair that she had at the moment, and I found this lovely patch of flowers on Lake Tahoe. These are called lupin flowers. But yeah, they're really beautiful, and it was just a beautiful day, and I thought the pink and the purple went well together. But we had a lot of fun that day. Here's her again and her boyfriend. They wanted me to do some couple photos of them and kind of make it really modern and almost look like an album art. So that's what I did for them at a lake in Nevada called Pyramid Lake. It's on a Native American reservation, so it's indigenous territory there. So this is actually an animation, so I can play this for you here. Okay. Looping video. So essentially, to me, animation is just another part of photography. How animation works is that every 1 second that you're seeing is 24 different images. So every second you see of any sort of animation is 24 images within 1 second. So it's a lot of different images. So essentially, I'm moving things bit by bit to make them feel like they're moving. And a lot of this is printed imagery. So I print it and cut it out, and then I will essentially place the item down, take a picture, move it a little bit, or I'll replace it with another object so that it looks like it's moving. So if you see the mouth kind of moving and opening, that's actually like 6 or 7 different images all together to make that movement look really smooth. And then the sort of droplets that you see coming down, that's actually hot glue that I sort of manipulated. So it's a bunch of different pieces of hot glue that I've had to sort of move and replace with different sized pieces to make it look like it's moving. And the snake one, it's I took these little pieces of glass and I glued them on the snake one by one. It's very tedious practice. This is a great segue into some more photo work. So this was a snake skin that my friend and I found on a walk that we had together. And essentially, to get this photograph, I took a scanner, so just like a typical scanner that you'd have at home. I turned off all the lights in the room so it was completely dark and left the scanner open and placed the snake skin on top of the scanner bed. So when the light comes through the scanner bed, and it's essentially taking little photographs as it moves along the scan bed, it's shining the light into darkness, so that's what creates the sort of black floating effect that you see here. I also do collage work. These collages I actually made a book out of, but I use old magazines, old books. I love using vintage magazines like National Geographic and like old books that I find at thrift stores, and I will just cut out the images and reposition them in weird and interesting ways. Even some photographs that I've taken, those are actually my eyes in the window. Here's another collage that I've made for a book. This was actually part of my undergrad thesis exhibition, which is essentially just an art show that I had to participate in to graduate. But this is just a slushie that I intentionally spilled on the ground, so a lot of my shots are very set up, so I'm very particular about where things